All right, today we're diving deep into a really important topic, the psychology of gaslighting. It's a very subtle, kind of sneaky form of manipulation that can literally make you question your own reality. So we're going to break down what it is, how it's done, and most importantly, how you can learn to spot it.
You know that feeling? You walk away from an argument and you just feel completely disoriented. You went into it so sure about what happened, but by the end, you're convinced that you were totally wrong, that you were just imagining things, or maybe just being irrational? Well, that unsettling feeling, that spinning sense of self-doubt, it's not just you. It's not a normal part of a disagreement. It actually has a name. And just understanding what it's called is the very first step to reclaiming your sense of reality.
So let's get right into it. What is gaslighting really? It's so important to define this because we're not just talking about a simple argument here. This is a very specific and honestly an incredibly damaging type of psychological manipulation. Now, the key word right there is covertly. This isn't usually a big, loud, obvious attack. It's quiet, it's sneaky. Think of it like a slow burn, specifically designed to make you question the very foundations of your own mind, your memory, what you see with your own eyes, and eventually your own judgment. And let's be really clear about this. There's a goal here. This isn't something that just happens by accident. The person doing the gaslighting is trying to destabilize you. Why? Because by making you doubt yourself, they gain power. They get to control the story. And ultimately, they get to control you. Okay, so how do they do it? This isn't just random. There's actually a pretty systematic pattern to it, like a toolkit for manipulation. Let's break down how it's actually executed, step by step.
So here's the playbook. It often starts with simple denial. They'll insist something you both saw or heard just never happened. Then it moves to questioning your memory, making you feel unreliable. After that, they start to undermine your credibility, painting you as crazy or unstable. And the final blow, they trivialize your feelings, telling you you're just overreacting. It's a devastating four-step assault on your sense of self.
And this right here is such a critical distinction. In a healthy relationship, people can totally disagree. Saying I see it differently respects your reality while offering a different view. But gaslighting is a direct attack. That phrase, "you're making things up again," isn't just a disagreement, it's an accusation. It's saying your reality is fundamentally broken. So, what does all of this actually do to a person over time? Well, the impact is profound, and it's almost always invisible from the outside. These are the hidden wounds we really need to understand.
You hear a phrase like this enough times, and it really starts to sink in. This isn't just an insult. It's a weapon designed to shut down your valid emotional reactions. It slowly teaches you that your own feelings are the problem, that they can't be trusted.
And this is the heartbreaking result. All that constant questioning, that dismissal, it just erodes your self-trust. The victim starts to internalize all that blame and truly begins to believe that they are, in fact, the source of every problem. And the long-term effects are really serious. We're talking about chronic anxiety, deep depression, a complete loss of self-esteem and confidence. And when you can't trust your own mind anymore, you feel profoundly, deeply isolated. But this is where things can start to change, because the most powerful weapon against gaslighting is simply the ability to recognize it. This part is all about empowering yourself with that knowledge. Now, this is maybe the single most crucial point of all. Gaslighting is not a one-off incident. Look, anybody can misspeak once in a while. What we're looking for is a pattern of behavior, a recurring dynamic that consistently leaves you feeling confused, small, and wrong. So here are the big red flags to watch for. You find yourself constantly second-guessing everything. You're always apologizing. You walk away from conversations with them feeling completely disoriented. And maybe the biggest one of all is that little voice inside, that gut feeling that something is just deeply wrong, even if you can't name it. That feeling is your alarm system. Trust it.
Honestly, just being able to put a name to what you're experiencing is a huge act of resistance. The moment you recognize the pattern is the moment you begin to break its power over you. It's when you stop looking for the problem inside yourself and start seeing the manipulation for what it is.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. Knowledge is protection for you and for the people you care about. Now that you can see the signs, now that you know the playbook, the only question that's left is, what will you do with it?